I think I think tonight is a really good example to be able to show the team what we're preaching about, and one of the things we talked pregame was consistency. Again, tonight I think we need to play more of the 48 minutes to a certain level, but we scrapped out a win, and that's what's important, for right now. But as far as being able to show the guys, like, why we have to be a good defensive team. First and third quarter, we want to play fast, but if we're not getting stops, one, we're not going to get out and run, and two, these other teams in the league are pretty good too. So they score 42 and 37 on us. So in the second quarter, I think we held them to like 30-something% from the floor, and that's the quarter we get out and get 37. Fourth quarter, again, same thing, and we, they go hand in hand with how we want to continue to build this. So it was a nice visual for that. I thought we also had some really nice execution down the stretch when the game slows a little bit. We had a couple of our late game sets we ran that the players really did a nice job of setting up and setting screens and then knocking down the shots. So I think good all-around example tonight, and a good way to start the new year.
Luke, Katie Hunter, Kings TV. Bogey left the game to the locker room with about a little over 5 minutes left. Is there an update on his status?
No. I mean, I just, hopefully he's fine. I think everyone that is with us all the time in the Sacramento area knows how important he is. But as far as an update, we don't have one yet. We just, hopefully it's not too bad.
Rashawn Holmes had a huge second quarter, but has been by far your most consistent player up to this point. You're hearing MVP chants for him. Just speak a little bit about his play and what he's kind of done thus far.
Yeah, he's been an anchor for us. He plays with that passion and fire that I think the Sacramento fan base really gets behind, because he just leaves it all out there every time he plays, and he's made a lot of winning plays for us. He's having a heck of a year so far. But yeah, it's he knows what we need from him, and he just goes out and does it hard every night, and it's nice to have that.
Luke, Sean Cunningham, ABC 10. Did it feel kind of poetic in a way to have to rally back from 20 down, and just what did you see from your guys, especially that second unit, to come back from that deficit?
Yeah, well, I thought the second unit really did a good job of setting the tone defensively. Like that, we weren't getting any stops. They came out, they were hitting everything. And you got to give the other team credit for that, but part of that is, what we talk about. Don't let them just run the offense side to side. Like, today's NBA is too talented. They're shooters. I mean, they got their power forward, he hit three threes in the first quarter, I think, 2 or 3 threes in the first quarter. I mean, that's how the league is played now. And I thought that second group came in and really stepped up the pressure, and now all of a sudden they start missing shots, and that kind of allowed us to find our rhythm. But yeah, it shows again, what our team is going to be when we get where we need to go, and that is they don't quit. We don't quit. We go, 0-5 to start the year, whatever, play well, whatever we've lost now 8 in a row, and then you go down 20 in the first quarter. It's easy to give in. It's the easier thing to do, and our guys kept scrapping and fighting and scrapping and fighting, and they pulled out a hard-fought, gritty win. So it's just kind of who our group is.
Luke, James Ham, NBC Sports. When you look at the way that Fox kind of took control of the game for stretches on both ends of the floor, is he the guy that has to step up and be that leader for you guys?
He is, what we call the head of our snake, right? So we have a lot of guys that we believe in can step in, be a leader for us. We think Fox is the guy that's really gonna take the group to the next level. So he's young, and that's a lot to put on his plate, but he's aware of that, and he knows that that's kind of how we feel about him.
Luke, Jason Jones, The Athletic. Following up on De'Aaron, just when he's engaged the way he was defensively tonight, getting the block shot early, pressuring the ball more, just what does that do just for the defense that you want to play and getting you out in transition?
Yeah, he's great at it. I've talked about it before. He's like he's like a free safety in football where he's so quick and he reads things so well that when he's really engaged and he's coming over and making helps, like the steal he had on Jaren Jackson when they were trying to ISO Harrison, I think in the second, he just gets to places so quickly and he's so explosive that it gets us out and running. 2, it gets the crowd into it, and 3, our team, his teammates really respect him and go off of him. So it gets the energy of the group up as well.
Luke, last game we talked about pace, and it seemed like tonight that's what we saw. We saw a completely different pace to your team. Is that what we're going to see sort of going forward?
Well, if we get stops, we didn't have. We got to look at it, and there's a lot to clean up still. It's unfortunate that we haven't, had our whole group throughout the 35 games to where we can really start to build it out. But when we get really good at pace, it's going to be getting the ball to De'Aaron and Corey, as soon as the ball goes through the net or it's a rebound. But without De'Aaron and Marvin, it changes the way you play. And, so there's some habits that we got to, continue to work on, which we will in film and everything else. But we're going to keep putting emphasis on defense. I gave Buddy a lot of credit before the game tonight on playing back-to-back what I thought was solid defensive games. I thought tonight he found his defensive rhythm, but to start the game, he gave up direct line drive. He gave up some middle drives. So, we're going to keep harping on all that stuff too. But, yes, you will see us continue to play more of that style, as long as we stay healthy.
Luke, Jason Anderson, Sacramento B. To follow up on that point about Buddy, I was going to ask you to kind of go into what you saw from him defensively tonight, so maybe elaborate on how he found that rhythm, and then also some of the other things that you're asking him to do, good shot, bad shot, moving the ball, making good passes. Are you seeing him respond to those challenges as well?
I am, and we are hard on him, but we need him to be, and we believe that he will be more than just a scorer. And that means, if we're going to eventually get to the playoffs and eventually win playoff series and eventually try to win championships, we need him to be able to defend top-level 2 guards. We need him to be able to make plays when he gets hot and defenses shift to him. We need him to be able to create for others, whether that's back screens or passing out of double teams. And you've seen the last week or so, every time he gets doubled now, it's a quick pass to the big in the short roll area, and that's major improvement. That's winning basketball by him. So, he knows. I told him to start the game. I thought he gave up too many direct line drives, but he found his groove defensively as the game went on and made some nice plays and got in there and rebounded and sacrificed his body into the paint a few times. So those are the things that we've asked him to do, and those things he's gotten better at as the season's gone.